Guess what? Call them what you will, they're still sins. Sin is still disgusting to God. God still hates sin. He loves the sinner, but he hates the sin. Man says it's an accident. God says it's an abomination. Man says it's a blunder. God says it's blindness. Man says it's a chance. God says it's a choice. Man says it's a disease. God says it's a defect. Man says it's an error. God says it's enmity. Man says it's fascination. God says it's fatality. Man says it's great. God says it's gross. Man says it's happiness. God says it's hateful. Man says it's innocent. God says it's indecency. Man says it's justified. God says it brings judgment. Man says it's keen. God says it kills. Man says it's liberating. God says it's liability. Man says it's a mistake. God says it's murder. Man says it's naughty. God says it's nauseating. Man says it's an opportunity. God says it's oppression. Man says it's passion. God says it's pity. Man says it's a reward. God says it's repulsive. Man says it's sickness. God says it's sin. Man says it's trifle. God says it's a tragedy. Man says it's unavoidable. God says it's ungodliness. Man says it's a virtue. God says it's a violation. Man says it's weakness. God says it's wickedness. Man says it's exciting. God says it's excess. Man says it's yearning. God says it's yielding. Man said it's zesty. God said it's zero. I don't care how you look at it. It's still